I'm 38 years old, and this is a picture of me 23 years ago from this yearbook. I weighed 220 pounds, and I was not fit in the slightest. Today I'm 165 pounds lean, and I have 3 kids. Keeps me extremely busy. And I want to show you exactly how I did it without any HIIT cardio, without any fancy meal prepping, without any fad diet, and I didn't even use the shake weight. But first you need to understand why everything you've tried has failed so far. And trust me, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because of lack of willpower, it's because you've been sold tactics instead of actual fundamentals. And let's face it, tactics are sexy. They sell easy. Do this exact workout to lose belly fat. Do keto. It burns belly fat fast. Take this supplement. It's tactics, tactics, tactics. Those all do work a little bit, but they only work well when you pair them with fundamentals. Here's another analogy I've been working on. Let's see if it sticks. If it sucks, put it in the comments. Losing fat with tactics is like building a house only watching YouTube videos about power tools. You buy the fanciest drill, you learn 47 different sawing techniques. You know every brand name of nail gun on the market, but you never learned how to read a blueprint. You never learned how to frame a wall. You never learned the fundamentals of construction. So you show up to the job site with all these fancy tools, but you have no idea what to actually build. And that's what happens when you jump from keto to paleo to intermittent fasting to not eating past 6. You're collecting tactics. You're not building the foundation. And here's what changed for me from going from 220 pounds at age 15 to 38 at 165 pounds. I stopped chasing results. I stopped trying to get super fit by following tactics. I really thought P90X was gonna get me shredded. And don't get me wrong, it works. You just gotta do everything else that I'm about to show you. These 7 fundamentals, they're not trendy, but they work every time for everyone, even left-handed lesbians. And I can say that because my grandma is a left-handed lesbian. And don't worry, you don't need to take notes. I have a free 4-week program that gets you started step by step with everything in this video. You can go get it in the description below. Okay, the very first thing you need to do, you're gonna love it. Actually, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. You need to start tracking your calories. The only way people lose weight, no matter what they do, keto, paleo, doesn't matter. You need to be consuming less calories than you burn each day. That's the only way you're gonna shred the fat off your body. And I'm telling you right now, it's impossible to eyeball. And just for an example, let's look at this. 150 calories worth of Cheerios or 150 calories worth of granola. Studies show that most people underestimate how many calories they eat every day by 30 to 50%. And you can see why here. Now don't worry, just to drive this point home a little bit further, here is a peppermint patty, 150 calories. Here's 150 calories worth of grapes. Now, I'm not telling you need to track calories forever. This is just while you're on a diet. And don't worry, you don't need to be on this diet forever. You shouldn't be on this diet forever. You're just getting down to your goal weight, and then later, you're gonna do some maintenance things so you can stay at that weight. So this is only a temporary thing, and you are gonna learn so much by actually measuring out all your food. I had a friend that had an eye-opening experience whenever she was measuring out her coffee creamer in the morning. She had no idea how many calories was in the creamer. This is gonna help you lose weight. And here's what you need to do. You need to download the Lose It app. It is way better than MyFitnessPal. It makes tracking so much easier. There is a free version, but I'm telling you right now, you wanna lose weight, you wanna lose it at a specific time, just pay the $49. I think it's $49 for the entire lifetime membership. Just pay it, forget about it, because when you do that, you're able to put in how much weight you wanna lose, when you wanna lose it by, and this is your GPS. It tells you exactly what you need to do each and every day. As long as you're hitting that calorie goal, you will lose weight. The reason there's all those fad diets is because people don't wanna track, and I understand why. It's a big pain in the A. Nobody wants to do it. I hate doing it whenever I'm on a diet. But think of it this way. If you live in Texas, can you make it to Canada without a map? Yeah, for sure. Just head north. But if you want to get there at a specific time, better use MapQuest or Google Maps, whatever you prefer. The point is, you have to have GPS to get you there. And that's what the Lose It app is for you. It's your GPS to weight loss. Sorry, I think I got a little riled up. But it's important. Just do that. And all these other fundamentals I'm about to talk about, you don't even need to do these. You just do this, you will lose weight. But the other ones are important because you want to look fit after the end of this, not just a smaller, softer version of yourself. Or don't even mention wrecking your metabolism. Okay, the very next thing you want to do is make protein a priority at every meal, at least while you're on this diet. No, I'm not telling you to go keto. What I'm saying is protein is the signal that tells your body, hey, keep the muscle, let's burn the fat. You can't build a house without lumber. Doesn't matter if you have the best blueprint, the best tools, or even the most motivated construction crew. If you show up with no building materials, nothing gets built. Protein's your lumber. It's the raw material that your body needs in order to maintain the muscle that you have, maybe even build a little bit, and lose the fat. You don't want to go through 16 weeks of weight loss and then show up to work and people are like, oh, are you okay? Yeah, fine, I lost 30 pounds. Oh, cancer? No, I was just on a special diet. You don't want to look just skinny. You want to look fit. Plus, the 2 other benefits is when you're eating protein, it takes more energy for your body to break that protein down than it does carbs or fats. So if you take 2 people, both eating the exact same amount of calories, 2,000, they do everything in their life exactly the same. Person that eats a majority of their calories from protein will lose more weight over time doing everything the same as the person who eats a majority from carbs or fats. Once again, we're not keto, we're still eating carbs, we're just making it a priority. Because the second reason, it helps keep you full longer. Which one's gonna keep you more full? Chicken breast or a bag of chips? It's the chicken breast for sure. I rest my case. Okay, now we talked about the Lose It app. You're gonna be doing the same thing. When you're tracking your calories, it's automatically gonna track the protein for you. So for the very first week, whenever it comes to tracking your calories and tracking your protein, just see what it is for the first week. Don't change anything. This will give you a base to start with. Then starting the next week, you wanna aim for 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So if you're currently 200 pounds and you wanna weigh 150, make that the number that you base the 0.8 to 1 gram on. Start at the low end first and then just bump it up to a gram over time if you're still feeling hungry. Now for me personally, I like to get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight just because I'm also lifting weights. Like I wanna make sure I maintain all my muscle. But I know for females like my wife, it's hard to eat that much protein. So start at the low end, then move up. You can eat more protein if you choose, but it's overkill at that point as far as retaining the muscle you have. And that's the beauty of doing this. You can eat whatever you want when you're just tracking your calories and your protein. Then you can make an informed decision on, you know what, yesterday I ate this, I felt pretty hungry, I'm gonna switch it up and see how I feel now. For me, when I do egg white, spinach, turkey sausage, and avocado in the morning for a little omelet that I make, I feel full until lunchtime. But that's not the case whenever I'm doing a protein shake or maybe doing some protein oatmeal. And if you're asking your question, how much protein is too much? Cap it at 150 grams for female and 180 grams for males. This is especially for someone who's not currently lifting weights and you're just starting out on your weight loss journey. Moving on to the third fundamental, and that is movement. We're gonna be tracking this by just counting our daily steps. You do not need to do formal cardio, running, swimming, biking in order to lose weight. In fact, if you're brand new to this, going for a run could be the worst thing that you do to lose weight. So I want you to think of steps as a little fire to your metabolism. Yeah, you can throw in a massive log by doing a run, doing a HIIT workout, and you're gonna burn a lot of calories at that point in time. It burns hot, but then it burns out fast. How this goes for most people, yeah, they do a morning run, they burn 300 calories, but then the rest of the day, they're sedentary. They don't do anything. Most of your calories are burned through everyday movement. Okay, well, actually, that's not true. Most of your calories burn just from breathing and being alive. Then the next big chunk is actually your everyday movement. Then the other little chunk is the formal exercise. By walking all day long, you're not exhausting your body. You can do it. That means you can still play with your kids in the afternoon. Plus, you're getting your steps in while you do it. And I love running. There's all my running medals. But I know after some runs, I'll be ravenous. And I know this is especially true for people who have just started out running. They're ravenous afterwards. They're exhausted, so they stop moving the rest of the day. Don't let that happen. Keep the little fire to your metabolism going. For the first week, just track your steps however you want to do it. Smartwatch on your phone. Get a baseline. Then the next week, add 2,000 steps. For every 2,000 steps, you're going to burn roughly 100 calories. And when you're tracking that in the Lose It app, what's nice is you can come to the conclusion like, oh wait, I gained some weight this week or I didn't lose as much as I wanted. I don't know about you, but I would much rather walk an extra 2,000 steps than cut 100 calories from my food. And the nice part is there is no magic number. 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps. You just need to figure out what your baseline is the first week and then increase it while you're on this diet every week. Now, once you top out at 12,000, then you can go ahead and start running if you want to, because you're pretty fit if you're doing 12,000 steps a day. So there is no special number. And as a side note, okay, this is a little tangent, but that whole 10,000 number came from, it was like a 1960s, the first pedometer ever created in Japan. And it was just a marketing campaign because the pedometer was actually called like 10,000 steps in Japanese. It was catchy in Japanese. And now everybody says you gotta get your 10,000 steps. No, once again, just like keto and all these other fad diets, it's all marketing. Just stick with the fundamentals here. And if you need help, like if you have a specific question, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave a link down below where you can submit a question because I would love to answer it here on this YouTube channel. Follow the link and you can submit your question. Fundamental number 4 is strength training. Now this is non-negotiable. Do not want to destroy your metabolism while you're on a diet, and whenever you're working out, you're sending signals to your body saying, hey, keep the muscle, we need this. Because while you're not eating enough calories, your body's going to have to get energy from somewhere. It's either going to get it from fat or muscle. And here's the thing, muscle is expensive to maintain for your body. It takes about 6 calories for every pound of muscle that you have, or it's almost 0 calories for every pound of fat that you have. And your body's really smart. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, okay, we're not doing anything. We seem to be starving to death. Get rid of the expensive muscle. We need to save ourselves. And the only way to reverse that, the same reason we're eating enough protein, is you need to do strength training. It can be as simple as 4 days a week, 30 minutes. You can do 2 upper days, meaning 2 upper body days, and 2 lower body days. So go to the Google machine, type in 4-day split, find a whole body workout, just type in beginner, do whatever it is. The beautiful thing, if you're starting from nowhere, you can do anything and you're gonna make improvement. And what you're gonna do every week, the first week, you're just gonna show up, do the workouts, go through the motions, you're just learning it. Then the next week, you always want a progressive overload. So you can do 1 extra rep, 1 extra set, or you can add some weight to what you did previously. And boom, that's all the strength training you need to do. And once again, if you need a plan, that 4-week plan that I created, check it out in the show notes right now. Gives you a workout you can do for 4 weeks. It's all done through a cool little app. Fundamental number 5 is stress management. I don't know about you, but I'm a busy person. I have kids, I'm married, I have a lawn that I have to mow, there's laundry, there's dishes every day. There are so many dishes. So my stress level is here. Now you add diet onto it, boom, stress level's here. You need to be aware of this. What you're about to undertake is stressful. And I want you to have some tools in your tool belt to help fix this. Now, it's not gonna eliminate it, but at least you can fall on these whenever you need to. It can be as simple as going for a 10-minute walk during your lunch break, just out in nature. I remember reading a study, going out in nature like reduces your stress by 10%. So you can do that. You can read a simple book at night. You can do this little breathing technique. It's called the box technique, where you breathe in for 4 seconds and then you breathe out. Well, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold it, and then just keep doing that until you feel better. Because stress will hurt you when you're trying to lose weight. And you know what? I don't even want to get all sciencey on you. I'm just telling you, I know when you're stressed, just like when I'm stressed, putting the kids to bed at bed night routine. It's like, all right, kids, it's time to go to bed. And then they're all running each direction and you're just like, go to bed. When dad's lid just kind of flips up and then I'm like, okay. Oh man, especially last summer. I'm like, I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna find some sweets, and I'm gonna devour all of them. That's what's gonna happen when you're on a diet. If you're stressed, trying to avoid this. So be aware of it, find some techniques to help you cope with it. It'll help, I promise. Fundamental number 6 is sleep. You need to be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep while you're on your diet. I know you're looking at me right now thinking, 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Yeah, that sounds amazing. I would love to do that. Okay, just do it. Do it while you're on the diet. I literally have notes for this video. I thought I'm not even gonna say any stats. No more stats. Okay, when I am well slept, I know that I have better self-control. I know it helps me eliminate the cravings that I have the next day if I have not slept well. Plus, going back to the stress thing, whenever I am well slept, I don't have as much stress. Life's already gonna be hard on this diet. I'm gonna make this as easy as possible so you can achieve the weight loss that you want. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Just sleep more. 7 to 8 hours. Diets are temporary. Okay, fundamental number 7. This one's critical. Well, all of them are critical, but this one is very important. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna screw up somewhere. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna have a donut in the office that you weren't expecting. Your friends are gonna talk you into going out and you're gonna go, okay, yeah, let's do it. You're gonna have a couple drinks, something, you're gonna fall off the wagon. Consistency, consistency, consistency. You just need that momentum. You do not need to be perfect. You're gonna slip up. You just need to keep going the very next moment. These fundamentals, this is like brushing your teeth. They don't need to be perfect every day. You can get 80% of the way there. You're gonna avoid the cavities. In an ideal world, yes, you're brushing for 2 minutes, you're flossing every day. Let's face it, some days you don't. Unless you're my wife. If you're my wife, you do it every time. So this is not for you, Emily. But for everyone else, some days you miss, and that's okay. You're not gonna get a cavity instantly. You're not gonna gain weight instantly. So if you didn't log your lunch one day, well, go ahead and just try to figure out what it might have been, just make up for it. If you didn't get your steps in that day, that's okay. You're gonna hit them tomorrow. We're striving for 100%, but I'm telling you right now, if you can do 80% of this for 12 weeks, you are going to lose weight. It is guaranteed. Now, if I could go back in time, that's what I would tell this kid right here, so he wouldn't waste so much cognitive bandwidth trying to figure out the perfect plan. I know this will shave years off your weight loss journey if you follow these 7 fundamentals. My name's Donnie, and I'm 38 years old. YouTube thinks you're gonna like this video right here.